Wild weather threatens much of the United States with snow, tornadoes, heat, and fire. This coming out in the last 24 hours, and I'm going to be covering for you the details as we received warnings earlier in the week that some severe whiplash of weather was going to be unfolding, and they're saying it is now here as tens of millions of people are going to be experiencing extreme heat and then extreme cold throughout the course of this week. And I'm going to be covering for you the West Coast, the Central United States, and the East Coast, and what is going to be coming according to these reports. Now, I'm going to dive into the latest, and also, if you missed the latest updates on the cyber attacks that are hitting at unprecedented levels, they're saying that they have tripled in the United States, while globally they are going down, which means the United States is a focus of many cyber attacks. They've been coming out every single day, it seems. Stick around to the end, because I've got some updates for you on that as well if you missed them. But let's dive into what's happening with the weather and some extreme things on the way. We're hearing snow, tornadoes, heat threaten millions of people. Let's get you caught up on the latest. Now, if you appreciate the updates, do me a quick favor before we dive in. Don't forget, take a quick second, hit that like button for me. Just helps the channel out a little bit. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and to stay connected off of social media platforms, don't forget, join the newsletter at www.steveramnews.com. And if you're somebody that needs additional medical supplies, as we've heard that those pharmacies nationwide in the U.S. have been hit, there have been delays, prices going up, and you are somebody that relies on medications, we've also got lifesavervault.com available to get some extra medical supplies if you're interested. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest going on with wild weather threatening most of the United States with snow, tornadoes, heat, and fire coming out in the last 24 hours. Let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so link in the description below to this article that came out from Axios about 8 hours ago. I always cite the sources so that way you can check them out for yourself, and let me know in the comments, are you experiencing extreme weather at this time? They're saying that there has been major heat that's hit, and now you're expecting a whiplash experience as cold is expected to pour in, and in some cases, there's going to be tornadoes, snow. I'm going to cover all the various regions for you in this article. So this says that millions of Americans are facing extreme weather whiplash this week, notably in cities including Chicago and Dallas, which were forecasted to swing from record highs to winter lows. Now, here's the big picture. Ground stops were temporarily declared at Chicago Midway and O'Hare airports into early Wednesday amid multiple reports of tornadoes, powerful winds, and golf ball-sized hail in these areas as a supercell swept across parts of Illinois and into the Ohio Valley. Now, a strong winter storm was continuing to impact much of the United States' west with heavy snow, gusty winds, and rain, the NWS noted in its Tuesday night forecast discussion. Meanwhile, critical fire weather conditions were affecting the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma. And this tweet coming out from Tomer Berg, using ThreadEx stations with 100 plus years of data. Here's a map of the stations that tied or broke their maximum February record highs yesterday and today. Breaking a 100-plus year monthly record is remarkable in and of its own, but doing so by over 5 degrees is even more so, as they're saying this weather is severe and extreme that's hitting in February, even over the past 100 years. Now, in the Midwest and Ohio Valley, there was an enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5 of severe weather with thunderstorms expected into the overnight hours. Tornado watches were issued for about 10 million people, including in Chicago. The Kane County Sheriff's Office, west of Chicago, said in a Tuesday night Facebook post there had been multiple reports of damage from a suspected tornado, but no injuries thus far. In Chicago, which on Monday hit a record 67 degrees Fahrenheit for a February 27th day, a powerhouse cold front was ripping across the area late Tuesday with a remarkable temperature drop, so severe highs and severe lows. Now, while the below normal temperatures Wednesday and Wednesday night will feel harsh coming off of the exceptionally record high warmth that came on Monday and Tuesday, the pendulum will swing right back into spring throughout the weekend. So once we make it through this week, they're saying it'll likely get back on track. Now, in Dallas, temperatures were set to drop from a high of a mid-90s on Monday to the 50s on Wednesday. Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport reached 91 degrees on Monday, a record high for February the 26th, and the 7th earliest first occurrence of at least a 90-degree Fahrenheit in the area, according to the local NWS. Now, let's zoom out here. It says, much of the nation's weather story through the next 36 hours remains tied to a strong polar cold front, which continues to sweep across the lower 48. And I had shared this with you earlier in the week that we heard that there was going to be some severe extreme weather hitting the majority of the contiguous United States. After a period of widespread all-time record-breaking warmth yesterday, temperatures across portions of the northern plains have plummeted nearly to 50-60 degrees behind the front in a stark reminder that meteorological winter is still with us for 2 more days, a weather agency noted. Now, a similar scenario was unfolding across portions of the southern plains in the Midwest. Widespread record warmth, including some all-time records, are forecast ahead of the front before falling off into the 40s and the 50s tomorrow per the NWS. Now, this strong cold front was driving critical fire weather conditions across the southern plains due to a combination of very dry, warm, and gusty conditions. Now, the NWS Weather Prediction Center said this: daily max temperature records, some monthly, are forecasted to occur across much of the center into the northeast of the United States. However, there will be a rapid change as a stark cold front ushers in 30 to 50 degree temperature drops within 24 hours, as seen in the northern plains into the upper Midwest. Now, what's next? A significant winter storm will hit the West Coast late Wednesday and into Thursday. So the West Coast, this is for you, with impacts focused atop the Cascades and the Sierra Nevada in California. Extreme heavy snowfall rates exceeding 3 inches an hour would lead to multiple feet of snow for higher elevations in these areas, according to the NWS. A swath of winter storm warnings and watches extend from the Olympics to the Cascades southward into the Shasta and Sierra Nevadas. As the Weather Service warned, travel conditions would be difficult to impossible in the mountains. In the lower elevations, localized heavy rainfall was expected along the Pacific Northwest and Northern California coastlines. Now, reading between the lines, here's what Axios says. Studies indicate that climate change is increasing extreme weather swings. Well, El Nino has been another key factor as well. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you been experiencing extreme weather or extreme weather swings? Have you seen tornadoes, snow, rainfall, massive storms in your area? I know I've heard that there have been atmospheric rivers going across California, and they're saying more extreme weather throughout the course of this week. But hopefully after this, they're saying things should get back on track. But I will keep you up to date every step of the way on what is going with crazy weather in the year 2024. But now, in addition to that, if you also missed the latest, there have been severe cyber attacks in the United States, some disrupting pharmacies, prices of medications going up, and people unable to get their hands on medications that they desperately need. Now, again, LifeSaverVault.com is linked in the description. If you want to get some backup meds, you can go ahead and check that out. Just trying to provide as much resources as I can to my viewing community. But in addition to that, to get the latest on not just pharmacies, but also manufacturers and various other cyber attacks going on in the United States, be sure to check out this video right here next as I cover it for you in detail. And like I said, as more information comes out, I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.